from Oklahoma's own. This is On the Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages Porch.
Welcome to the Coca-Cola Porch podcast, our very first episode. We are so excited about this new project that we are launching here. Now, if you are familiar with New Zion, you know we are live at 9 a.m. and noon, also on at 4 o'clock. But this podcast is an opportunity for us to dig deeper into the organizations and events that we like to highlight, the amazing things that are happening here in the Oklahoma City area community and really all over Oklahoma. Today, for our very first episode, we are in Rush Springs. You know, they have the Watermelon Festival every year, 80th annual Watermelon Festival this year. So, of course, we had to make a trip down to Rush Springs. It was only about an hour from our station in downtown Oklahoma City. And, you know, I've been looking forward to it. As soon as we set this up, I was like, I gotta have this watermelon. I've been hearing all about it. So we are at Bratcher Melons today. This is Kinley Bratcher. It's keeping it in the family. Kinley, thanks so much for being on our podcast today. We are so thrilled to be here at Bratcher Melons.
Thank you so much for coming to visit us. It's truly unique to have people come into a little small town business, so we really, really are glad that y'all were able to come visit us today.
Yes, and this is Rush Springs. If people aren't familiar, it's kind of a small town, like you said. Where exactly are we at?
So Rush Springs is about 15 miles, it's the midpoint of Chickasha and of Duncan, so it's about 15 miles either direction, and we're about an hour south of Oklahoma City.
All right, Killian, last name Bratcher.
Yes.
Your dad is the one who has this stand. Can you talk about what it's like to have this watermelon dynasty in your family?
Yes, so this is we're 5 generations now of watermelon farming. My dad did it with my great-grandpa when he was young. And then whenever me and my brother got into high school, Dad was like, would you guys be interested in, doing watermelon farming? And so he got us back into it. And so we've been doing it for the past 5 years now. And so this is our first year with the fruit stand. So it's been a really different opportunity, but it's been great for expanding, and we're having a lot of fun getting to know new people.
It is really cool to see all the people in such a small town, but all these people that just steadily come through, checking out all the watermelons and the other things that you guys have. I want to hear about the process of farming watermelons.
Yes, so the process starts long before August. We start preparing the land, doing control burns back in February. And then in March, we start planting seeds in the greenhouse. So we start them from seeds and plant them. Usually we do about 2,000 plants, which will produce about 6 watermelons each. So about 12,000 watermelons in total. So anyways, after they're a decent size, about, this tall, we will go and transplant them. So we'll sit on the back of the tractor and poke them in the ground. And so that's a pretty long process. And then from there, it's just a lot of watering, maintenance, hoeing, you name it. And then about July 4th is whenever watermelons come off. But this year, it was set back a little bit due to the rain because we had to replant. But now all of the growers in town everything's coming on strong, and we have so many watermelons. So we think our season will be a little bit extended this year. So hopefully through Labor Day.
That's a good thing, right, to have it extended?
Yes. More opportunity for people to come see us. There's a lot of people that will be like, oh, well, y'all are only open during the month of, July and August. We're not able to visit. And so we think that being extended through Labor Day, we'll have a lot more people that will be able to come and visit us.
How did your family get started in growing watermelons? Because I feel like that kind of sounds like it comes out of left field. How do you get started in that?
Well, To anybody else outside of town, it probably does sound like a very, very different thing. But truly, if you're from Rush Springs, it's just a tradition. We always joke that in the summer in Rush Springs, everybody goes blue collar. And so if your family doesn't have a watermelon farm, you're a hired hand, or you're volunteering in the stand, or you're working in some way. But like I said, yes, my dad did it with my great-grandpa and loved it as a kid. And he said it truly gets in your blood that the more you grow watermelons and you do it, the more you want to get back to it. So he got me and my brother started in it, and we've been doing it for, this will be the 5th year now. And it's just been a great experience, and it's been really meaningful to get to be a part of something that keeps the tradition and the community alive.
Do you think that either you or your brother will take over this business one day?
Yes, I definitely think we will. We're both very passionate about watermelon farming, and it just, like I said, it gets in your blood every summer. Whenever it's over, I just am ready for the next season to start. So I definitely see me and my brother going in together and continuing the legacy of the family farm.
You've had watermelon. I'm going to guess you can't even count how many times that you've ate watermelon. Does it ever get old through the years eating them?
Watermelon has never gotten old to me. It's probably in like my top favorite foods. It's gotten to the point where you could probably like blindfold me and give me a watermelon and I'd be able to know which color it was.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a fun thing to do.
Yes. And it's just funny because there'll be people all the time that'll be like, pick me a good watermelon. And they're mind blown at how you know it. But whenever you truly have eaten like thousands and thousands of watermelon, it gets a lot easier to pick out a good one.
How can you spot a good watermelon and what's not a good watermelon? Like, what are the characteristics we need to look for?
Yes. So a lot of things you'll hear from people is the yellow belly or the sunspot or the stripes, but we actually don't go off of any of that when we're picking. We go off of the sound of the thump.
What?
So when you thump the watermelon, it should have like a deep like thud that sounds like a bass drum. And if it has like a sharper sound when you hit it and it's like a ping or like a snare drum, it's not ready to eat yet. And then there'll be from the stem, there'll be a curly cue that grows about 2 inches off. And if the curly is dead, but the rest of the vine is fresh, that's another indicator that the watermelon is ready to eat.
I almost have to ask if someone can get us a watermelon so you can thump it, because I've never heard that ever in my life. Is that something, okay, some of us can't make it to Rush Springs every week, of course. Is that something we could do like just anywhere?
Yes, yeah, that's a good indicator if you're in the store in Walmart or if you're at another fruit stand or just anywhere. If you base it off of the sound of the thump and it's got that deeper sound, that's a good way to know that it's fresh. Also, if the stem is still green on the watermelon, that's a misconception. Some people will think that's a bad thing, but really it's a good thing because that means the watermelon is freshly picked. So that's another way to know that it's a good, ripe, ready to eat watermelon.
That is so fun. I'm going to use that for the rest of my life. I just hope you know that. That's insane. Something I do want to ask you about, too, is this dump truck Donna.
Yes.
268.8 pounds, state record watermelon. How in the world does that happen?
So my dad decided a few years ago that there is no reason that Rush Springs should not have the state record watermelon because we're the watermelon capital of the world, and we take pride in it. So the gentleman that had it since the 1980s from Bixby, my dad really, really wanted to beat that record, and so he tried for a few years. And we have a 30 by 100 foot greenhouse where we only grow prize melons. And so my dad really worked hard for a couple years there, and he was finally able to beat both the Rush Springs record and the state record. And we're hoping that in the next year, or maybe this season, we'll see, that we're able to beat the record with Dump Truck Donna with another watermelon in the greenhouse.
That's crazy. So you have to have a watermelon that's more than 268 pounds?
Yes, ma'am. More than 268.8.
Wow.
Yes.
We have Rowdy Rhonda over here that's 165 pounds. It's like not even close to Dump Truck Donna. What do you do with these prize melons, and why do you even grow them?
So it's just, honestly, it does a lot for publicity, and truthfully, people have never seen a big watermelon. If you're used to seeing little ones like this, then even one this size is going to blow people's minds. But my dad, so he'll put them on a raised platform in the greenhouse where there's one watermelon on the plant. He'll pick the others off. So all the nutrients are going to the one watermelon. And we just track their average daily gain and hope and pray that it'll beat the next record.
It's crazy to think about that watermelon right there weighs more than my whole entire body. I cannot believe that. Does it ever get old to see watermelons that big?
Not at all. Every single year, it's one of my favorite parts of the Watermelon Festival is seeing who's going to have the big record that year, because most of the time everybody's pretty quiet about it because they like to keep it a secret. And then it's always interesting to see Festival Day who's going to show up with the biggest melon.
Cool. So there's actually something I didn't really know this, okay? I'm going to come clean. I didn't really know that this was a thing, but there are all different kinds of watermelon. It's not just the red one that you think of. There's different colors too. Can you talk about the different categories of watermelons?
Yes, so there's more than this, but this is what we grow. We have orange, yellow, and red watermelon. We have red seeded, red seedless, we have orange seedless, and then we have yellow seeded. A lot of them are gonna taste similar, but some of them do have different textures. Like in my opinion, the orange crisp is a little bit crispier. But in my opinion, a good sweet Delta red seeded watermelon is always gonna be the best melon.
I was eating the Delta, and it was absolutely incredible. Could not believe what I was tasting. Thank you so much for having us here in Rush Springs at your family fruit stand. It was amazing. I love it here. We're going to now go over to Lily, who's actually royalty. We're in the presence of royalty right now. 2023 Watermelon Queen. Lily, what does it mean to be Watermelon Queen?
Being Watermelon Queen, it truly means you're a part of something bigger than yourself. Whenever we started doing queens and we started the festival, it was in 1940. And so our first queen was in 1940, and getting to see that you get to be this set like of a new family, with all these women, and truly set a, example, and it's this true amazing tradition.
How do you get to be Watermelon Queen?
So it's kind of a lengthy process. So back in May, 2 months or 3 months before our festival, we have what's called our Queen Night. And you have, for that year, whoever's running for queen, you go through, basically, it's kind of like a pageant. You have, an interview question, you say a speech, and it's like a voting process, and that elected person gets to promote the festival all summer long.
That's so cool. You've kind of been through all of these types of interviews before,
Yes.
where you've got to make a lot of things, too. We enjoy just eating watermelon as it is, but there are also other things that you can do with the watermelon and make with watermelons.
Yeah, so a lot of things people make. We made watermelon salsa, watermelon smoothies, watermelon jams and jellies. There's so much you can do with it.
That's so good. Do you ever get old eating watermelons? Does it ever get old?
I don't, especially because you're from Rush Springs. That's what you do, and having a good, tasty watermelon every summer is something we really look forward to. And most of us get kind of picky. We like our Rush Springs homegrown melons.
Absolutely. You kind of know this community best as you got to wear the crown of Watermelon Queen. Can you talk about how tight-knit this community is in Rush Springs?
Yes, it's truly, you can't compare it to anything else. It's unbelievable. Everyone will step up for each other whenever it's needed. You can call anybody. Everyone knows everybody. You know your neighbor. It's truly amazing and something that I wish everyone got to experience.
Yes, I'm so happy that I get to experience it this week. I'm actually going to the festival. I'm from Texas,
Okay.
So I came up here for OU, and I heard about Rush Springs. I'd actually seen a billboard, too, about it. And then when I worked at News 9, I've heard about this Watermelon Festival several times, and I finally get to come. What is your favorite part about this festival?
My favorite part is the community and tradition it holds. Doing it so long, it's one of the longest lasting festivals in Oklahoma. And so getting to see it continue year after year is something so cool and amazing.
This is the second weekend in August. It's an annual thing. It's the 80th annual. How cool is that?
It's so cool. It's something that we're really big on, It's like Christmas morning for us in Rush Springs. You have Christmas and then you have the festival. So it starts, every second Saturday in August.
And what kind of festivities go on? It's not just Saturday. That's like the big festival, but there's other activities that go on before it too.
Yeah, so on Thursday we start, it kind of is like our grand opening for a lot of local people. You have your carnival and your parade on Thursday, and then you also have it again on Friday, and we start our parade on Friday. And then Saturday morning, it kicks off our festival. You start bright and early we have a 5 and 10K run that morning. And then we have open ceremonies that start at 9, and that kind of just kicks us off. We have live entertainment every year, a big giant exhibit building of all of our melons, a queen that, goes around each summer, like I said, a car show, 100 arts and craft vendors, and it gets to be here every year. It's so cool.
What is the energy and atmosphere like in the air at the Watermelon Festival?
So it's really cool to watch our community. You see the flags go up on Main Street, and you see that Wednesday, Tuesday before festival, the carnival pulls into town, and you get super, super excited. The energy, everyone's sharing about it, everyone's talking about it, and it's really like a family fun time.
we were talking with Kinley about all the different kinds of watermelon. I want to ask what your favorite kind of watermelon is.
Okay, that's kind of hard because
It's
there's
hard
a
to
lot.
pick. Yeah, there's a lot. I didn't even know.
Yeah, there's a lot. So my favorite traditional melon would be a 720. It's a red seeded, but my favorite seedless is an orange crisp. It's so good.
I actually got to try the orange crisp, and I understand why it says crisp because that was the first thing I said. I said, "Oh my goodness, it's so crispy.
Yeah.
It's delicious." And you like that one better than the red?
It comes in a close second. The red comes in a close second. They're both really, really good.
It is really good. How cool is it when you're at that festival? Going back to the festival, how cool is it to see people from not just Rush Springs, 'cause it's a small town, from all over the state coming just to experience the Watermelon Festival?
It's something we're very, very proud of. Getting to see all these people, you see your day-to-day, face-to-face people from Rush Springs, but getting to see, we bring in and we get to share our homely feel, you know, how much we love our town and how much we love our community, and we get to share that with so many different people. And we're really hoping whenever they come in, they experience what it feels like to be in a small town.
Yeah, and it's really not that far. When you hear, oh my gosh, it's Rush Springs, I kind of thought it's going to take us a while to get there. It was a little less than an hour, not bad at all. I'm actually excited to drive back here on Saturday. Why should people come back to Rush Springs after the festival? Maybe come back to the stand. Why do you think they should come back?
They should come back because they're not going to experience anything else like this. It's our hometown feel. You can get anything here, you know, our melons and our fruit and everything else, and they really get to experience, it's like a vacation almost, you know, coming from a big city to a small town.
Yeah, it's like when you come in here, you just kind of feel at home. Yeah. Honestly, everyone is so nice. They're like, can I get you a water? Can I get this? They're taking pictures. It's honestly an amazing feel here at Bratcher Melons. Thank you so much for having us. I want to try this watermelon though. It's kind of been like, I walk past it over here, I walk past it again. It's like, okay, I'm ready to try it. Do you want to try it with me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's see. Let's all eat it together. Oh, there's not a second one for...
I can get a fork.
Okay, yeah. We got to get 3.
There you go.
Okay. We got our bites. That's a pretty big one, Kinley. You're going for it. Okay, ready? Cheers. Cheers. Yay. You hear the crunch. That's so good. So what kind is that?
That is a Sweet Dawn seedless watermelon.
Sweet Dawn. What's the difference between Sweet Dawn and 720?
The Sweet Dawn has it's seedless. It will have a few seeds. It's inevitable to have a few. But the 720s have a lot of seeds, and they usually grow quite a bit bigger.
And you were saying that this stand is going to be open past the festival too.
Yes, till Labor Day weekend, assuming that we still have watermelons at that point. But at the rate that we're going, I foresee that we will be open till then.
That is amazing. I have enjoyed my time here in Rush Springs so much. It was so special to our very first episode of the Porch podcast, and you guys got to kick us off on
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for
Thank you
talking
so
with me.
much, and for giving our little small business an opportunity.
Absolutely. I got to take one more bite before I go. All right, here we go. So good. Well, thank you guys again. It was amazing. Thank you for watching and listening to the Porch podcast. We will see you next week.